just for reference real quick. I'm a single mom, like single. I don't get nothing. Like nada. There's no time, no money, nothing. That's my baby. There's no co-parenting, there's no parallel parenting, it's just me.
I don't know what got this woman so fired up about being a single mom, but it seems like she's out for blood. And in fact, another one of the single moms I'm reacting to today is coming with that same energy.
I didn't think about masculinity as much until I had a son. And even, recently I was thinking about it because I found myself repeating, saying okay, gentle hands or, or just some kind of critique of him being so intense. And I felt this internal check of you're the one who's the problem. You're making him in these scenarios where he has to be gentle. You need to go outside where he can run.
Honestly, I couldn't agree with this more. One of the memories I have from growing up is getting into fights with my dad, trying to take him down with everything I had. Of course, I could never do it, but it was a fun challenge and a way to burn off energy as a child, which isn't something I'd ever really be able to do with my mom. These days, it seems to all be about trying to tame the nature of men, trying to turn them into something they're not. And I don't think anything good comes from forcing men or young boys into environments that don't allow them to be who they are, because there's a chance that frustration will come out in other ways.
Give him things he can hit. Stop putting him in these scenarios that set him up to kind of castrate his power. Why don't you give him any opportunities to feel the fullness of who he is in an appropriate setting instead of domesticating in such a certain way? And I think that's also the importance of dads, so boys can feel the fullness of their power around someone that's bigger than them that can contain it.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about just now. Being able to play fight with my dad in a way that's safe but allowed me to really let loose. Rather than teaching young boys how to control their strength and get a full understanding of what they're capable of. Like she said in this clip, society's more interested in castrating boys. It's important to have dads around, and without them, and without the discipline and structure they can bring into a young boy's life, they become more prone to making impulsive and destructive decisions. Some young men even go out looking for father figures and end up doing so in all the wrong places, like a local gang.
And can help them channel and teach it. I feel like if it's all females and we're just gentle hands or nice words, or it's not the same as go be in your power and let's just make sure you know how to harness it.
She's right on the money. And to be honest, I don't really have anything more to add. But it'd be nice if the mainstream took this approach when it came to raising the next generation of young men.
What's the problem with dating as single mums? I don't understand the issue with these men. We're talking men in their late 30s, 38, 39, and as soon as you mention you've got children, they don't want to know. And I don't get it. And then they go simping over 21-year-olds. And that's because they've got no responsibility. The free-spirited to get to do whatever the hell they want, and it makes them look good and feel better about themselves.
The reason why men probably aren't interested in dating her and would rather go for the 21-year-old isn't because the younger woman makes them look good. At least I don't think that's the case for most guys. The reality is, dating a single mom comes with baggage. Baggage that a guy just might not want to deal with, especially if he doesn't have children himself. Guys have the right to choose to date whoever they want, much like women do. You don't see guys making videos about why can't women date men who are 5'7" and below. It just doesn't happen. Just like women don't owe short guys anything, men don't owe single moms anything. Instead of her thinking about the logical reasons as to why some guys don't want to date single moms seriously, she's triggered by the whole thing, rather than taking a step back and trying to see things from a guy's perspective. If a man in his late 30s is able to go for a younger woman, or even a woman who doesn't have children, he's probably going to do that, especially if he's ready to start a family of his own.
There is nothing wrong with dating a single mother. My kids are practically teenagers. Well, my daughter is. She's nearly 16. My son's nearly 11. If anything, I've got more free time now opposed to what I had 4 years ago. This whole stigma of dating someone with kids has really, really got to stop. It's wrong. It really is wrong. What's wrong with me? I'm 33 years old. I know what I want. I'm responsible. I do a pretty good job raising my children on my own. I've been single 4 years. What's the problem?
It kind of seems like she's demanding that men give single moms a chance. But why should they? Women turn men down for all sorts of reasons, and no one has the right to force them to date someone they don't think will be a good fit for them. So why should men have to do that? Her saying that there's nothing wrong with dating a single mom is her attempt to override a man's preference. But whether she likes it or not, dating a single mom comes with its disadvantages. So if a guy can avoid that, why wouldn't he? She even said that her children are pretty much grown up, but teenagers come with their own set of problems, and it'd be much harder for a new guy coming in to be treated like a father figure. And at that age, especially with her son who's still only 10 years old, how will the whole disciplining thing work? And the very fact that I even have to ask that question is a problem in and of itself. Even though she has more time now because the children are grown up, isn't the only thing that will stop a man from wanting to get seriously involved with her. There's nothing wrong with her as an individual, at least from what I can see, but I wouldn't want to get involved in a pre-made family, and that's just my preference. Dating a single mom isn't always going to be hell on earth, and plenty of people have made it work in the past. And in all honesty, they're making it work today. But it's just not for me, and as evident by the video, there are a lot of men out there who are starting to feel the same way.
Hey, just for reference real quick, I'm a single mom, like single. I don't get nothing. Like nada. There's no time, no money, nothing. That's my baby. There's no co-parenting, there's no parallel parenting, it's just me. You can't understand what that takes unless you understand what that takes. Don't speak on things that you don't know. Because my kid is so happy. She has everything she needs. Furthermore, there's probably not a single thing you could ask her if she wanted, and she'd be like, yeah, I want this. No, the kid's got everything, and that's me. Me. That is all me. Cool.
She sounds super proud of being a single mom with no father in the picture, but all I could see in this video is a woman who didn't make the best choice when it came to the type of guy she let shoot up the club. Even though she didn't make this video from the perspective of her looking for a man or anything, from how she's talking, can you imagine what it'd be like for a guy who enters whatever situation she's got going on? While I could be dead wrong, I doubt that this guy would have much of a say or authority in that situation. But what do you guys think?
If you are a single mom and you are dating a man old enough to be your dad and he's looking after your kids from another man or whatever it is, and you're like, yay, he's looking after me, I don't care if he's a granddad, no worries. Do you not sometimes think, if he can sexualize me and I'm young enough to be his daughter, who's to say he doesn't sexualize my kids? Does that thought ever cross your mind when you are blending families?
It's pretty standard for men to like younger women, and I think 22 is the age that men find the most attractive. This doesn't mean that men are looking to break the law and find themselves in front of someone like Chris Hansen. That said, single moms do have to be careful about the men they let into their lives, because it's a known fact that predators target single moms because it gives them easy access to their children. I'll never understand women who are super quick to introduce a new guy to their kids, regardless of how old he is, because you just don't know what or who you're exposing them to. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts.